Well, here we are, buyers. We're just coming in onto a property called Keppel Orchard. Now, this place is 640 acres, and it's just about 15k to the west of Keppel Sands, and in around the Joscalee area. I'll take you in and give you a look around this little place. Very tidy little property, and it's got a very well established orchard on the place. So here we are, buyers. Just a quick look here, just looking back. That's where we come in, just down through there a moment ago over the grid, and that's the track in there. Now, where you see that water out there, that's not actually on the property. The fence is just this side of that water, but that there's lagoons back up into the direction where I'm pointing the camera now, and we'll get over to those in just a moment. But I'm just up here on the hill where the tanks are, just to have a bit of a look down over the flat, just to give you an idea. Well, there's just a point of note here. That green tank there, that supplies bore water to the house for the septic and around the house. Not for drinking or anything like that. There's plenty of rainwater for that. And the other bigger tank supplies the yards for cattle and drinking troughs and so forth at the yard. We're just going to go over this grid here in a moment and go in. But there's the cattle yards. We'll get a better look at that in a moment. And just a bit of a shot down across the down through there and back up into that hole. There's a flat lagoon back up in there that we'll go back onto in a moment. And just looking back down the way we've come to here. That road there goes up to the shed and the house, and then we're going to head down here, but we're going into the plantation now, and just giving you a bit of a look. Over there you've got avocados and custard apples and African Pride. There's quite a number of varieties. I'll get those names and put them on the bottom of the screen for you. But there's mangoes, and in amongst the mangoes, they're sort of being partly used as a windbreak. You've got custard apples and avocados. All good red soil, very well drained. It's been a well set out and a plantation that has been running for many years. The previous owner used to export custard apples from here overseas to I think it was Singapore and some of those sort of Asian countries who used to chase up the custard apples quite prolifically. There's all custard apple trees there, and of course the mango trees, and that are used as a windbreakers in amongst the custard apple round shot. It's quite intriguing, buyers. What we've got is an avenue of mango trees, and also a sort of a gum tree growing down the side here, which is being used as a windbreak to assist the protection of the orchard. And then of course you come back, and of course the custard apples are very well sheltered, and everything's kept in well cared for area. And as you can see, it's a very easily managed plantation, and the most important part of it is that it's well and truly established. So it's basically up, and with a bit of pruning and setting up, it's up and ready to go. Well, just looking here, and I'll probably get a better shot coming back, but these are citrus trees here, mainly mandarins. There's a couple of oranges, but mandarins and limes. And then coming back around, there's a bit of machinery sitting here. There will be adequate machinery to run the plantation left on the place, and to ensure that the total operation of the place can carry on successfully. Just a quick look here. We've got a main power pole just sitting behind us here. That's it, just there, and that just there is the bore there. It's got a submersible pump and electric motor down the bore. Well, there's a number of areas on the place that could be cultivated and brought into cultivation, and any of the areas that are open have been cultivated. But I just want to draw your attention to this area here. This was kept as they used to grow a lot of small crops here, and also I wouldn't be surprised if the fellow that had it before didn't grow some pineapples here, but certainly small crops were grown here. About 25 acres of cultivation there, approximately. Well, it's just out towards the back of the block here now, and all through as you come out, there's there's sort of a bit of a ridge goes around the outside of the paddocks and blocks, and then from the ridges, of course, there's creeks and gullies that intercept the flat country down along the bottom, and in between that it's been cleared, and you've got paddocks just like this here, and just over there we'll go and have a look at a dam in a minute. But basically at the end of the day, what you're looking at here, there's little pockets like this all the way back through, sheltered little pockets, nice warm country for breeders. And you know, you certainly run your 100 breeders here, if not more, in a good season, and but comfortably and assuredly 100 head of breeders and calves off as weaners, as well as your plantation as well. I'm going to stop taking films of this orchard. It gets you in this orchard, there's all sorts of different layouts of it, but just showing you that there are avocados, of course, and mangoes behind that as a windbreak, and then back over here to quite a large number of custard apple trees. And as I said before, the previous owner used to basically export these custard apples overseas, so they're a good quality and much in demand custard apples. We're just in the shed here now, and if you have a look there, that's the quarters there for when the pickers and so forth, when they're here on the property picking, and with a plantation of this size, there is quite a bit of staff required for picking and packing. This is looking back through at actually the lunch room, and there's a shower and toilet and everything over in that area over there. And then going back around, we've got all the boxes here for the different varieties of fruit that are growing here, and concrete floor, of course, and all the sorting and packing tables that are required for the packing. So this is the packing area, and then what happens is from here we go out, and around the other side is where the machinery shed and workshop is. Just have a quick look there now. So these are some of the machines that are used for picking and spraying, of course. So everything's shedded, all the gear's got plenty of protection, and then looking back out into the plantation from here. So just looking at the machinery shed and packing shed is right beside the homestead, and there's the homestead just there looking from the front. I'll take you and give you a look through the homestead now. Just looking here on the veranda of the homestead, and good sized veranda, and we'll just lead straight into the house. Nice open plan lounge room or living room, leading into 2 bedrooms just there, and then coming back across, dining table here, just here, and then the kitchen and pantry and so forth, and stove just over here. All beautiful ironbark, I think it's ironbark bench top. And we'll go into the toilet. Shower and laundry. And then on into the main bedroom. With plenty of hanging space. Yeah, cupboards, and there's a linen cupboard just here, as you can see. And then just out through the door here, we'll go into, just through this door, and actually you don't normally come in from the bedroom, you come in from the veranda, but this is the office area for the property and for the business end of the operation. And then, like all plantations, the pickers and staff would be lined up out on the veranda, waiting to come in for their tallies and their pay. So there you have it, buyers. Just over there is the machinery section of the big shed, and as I showed you inside, the packing area and all the packing tables. Looking back out over the plantation itself, there's plenty, approximately over 2,000 trees in the place, and I will get a list of all the different trees, but there's so many to talk about, it's hard to mention. So if you're interested in a good plantation, it is a good plantation, been very well run, been here for many years, and it has turned over a lot of money. Give me a call, because I'd love to bring you out and show you over this property, Keppel Plantation. Talk to you soon.